It would be nice if for once we could go a day without having to see Meghan Markle unravel even more with her latest stories that she posted on her on her Meghan account, Instagram account, whatever you want to call it. It is unbelievable how tone deaf this woman is. I mean, and I'm all here for it. I mean, I am going to call her out and I am going to ridicule her for it because if you notice, she hasn't posted anything else on her as ever official brand Instagram page, just that ridiculous vision board. And I mean, and that's not even a vision board. That looks like I'm reminiscing about my past. I kind of regret giving up all of this for this idiot who is here in the little cartoon in the corner. That's what it looks like to me. But how can this woman not understand how fall she has fallen, how far she has fallen? I don't get it. And what is worse, she has just exploded at the Netflix meeting and she has unleashed the R word on Netflix. I mean, she makes an enemy of her longtime attorney or accomplice, if you want to call it, by firing him. And he finds out that he's no longer her attorney because when he tries to log into upload some documents to the United States Patent and Trademark Office, he suddenly is blocked. What a way to poke an angry bear. And now she unleashes the R word. So let's get into this, beautiful people, because I this is like this woman I don't know, she's living in fantasy land. She really is. It's like she throws these lies out in the wind and she makes it very public and she just doesn't care. I mean, truly, she doesn't care. She is aware she's lying, by the way, because I know there's some reports that people think, oh, she doesn't know she's lying. She knows she's lying, but she just doesn't care. I'm going to tell you in a 1 minute and a half video. Oh, I've secured a brand. I've secured a brand. Do you think that's her way of manifesting? Because that's how she landed Harry. But we're gonna get now into why would she accuse Netflix of racism of all people? I mean, it blows my mind. But before we get into that, please don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe, and do this old lady a favor. That always helps the channel. And share and leave your comments. That I do enjoy them, and I do get to see them when I have the time. But I mean, I wanted to talk to you about this because how can Mindy Kaling get a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame or whatever you want to call it? And it kind of makes sense that people like Meghan Markle hang around people like Mindy Kaling because now actually it is a very good show. Running Point, I think it's called, with Kate Hudson. It's a very good show. Kate Hudson is fantastic. The actors are great, from at least from the trailer that I've seen. But as always, as ever, it's not an original idea. It's plagiarized because now Netflix is getting sued by Pepperdine University. And I want to thank Watching the Kingdom from, please go subscribe. This is her Instagram account. Pepperdine University sues Netflix over new Mindy Kaling show. Okay. And you go, Pepperdine University has sued. So there is an actual lawsuit. So I wonder if they're going to be able to launch that thing because they do have the trailer and it looks fun. And has sued Netflix and Warner Brothers over a new comedy series from writer and executive producer Mindy Kaling called Running Point, claiming the show misappropriated its NCAA basketball team by using its name, team colors, and the number 37, the jersey number worn by the school mascot. But the problem don't just end there. I mean, even the story of the woman who that it's supposed to be played by Kate Hudson, there's huge similarities by it. So basically, they stole that story without consulting, and they're copying. But they don't even bother to tell people, you know what, this is based on or anything. No, it's pitched as an original idea. Does that sound familiar? As ever. because we have Meghan Markle now pitching everything. And what is really, really interesting, guy, and this is something that I touched upon before, is that Meghan Markle has Archwell Productions. Meghan Markle and Archwell Productions is to produce movies, everything under the sun. That is a joint venture with her now husband, Prince Harry, the idiot. And then, but the As Ever as well is also basically it's a carbon copy of everything she registered under Archwell Productions. She basically transferred it to As Ever now. So, but it's only under Megan's name. This to me smells like she's getting ready. And it's interesting because we know that she's been trying to trademark this thing since 2022. So it means that the plans to divorce Harry have been in place since at least 2022. Because why does she need another production company if she already has Archwell production companies? And it is most likely that Netflix would like to do business where a prince of the United Kingdom is involved. Does maybe Megan thinks that she's above Harry and the royal family? Does she think that Megan, the brand, Meghan Markle, Rachel Meghan Markle, the brand is, and I refuse to call her by her middle name only because she wants to brand herself as Cher, Madonna, as though there's only one Megan. No, you are Rachel Meghan Markle. So is that this is very telling to me. And the fact that she purposely dropped the word "the" from the Duchess of Sussex on her Instagram account. It's very telling. So why would she need another competing company, which that's what she would actually be? As Ever would be another production company, but this is only Megan's, that would be competing against Archwell Productions for projects. Also, she is including the sale of coffee. And I thought she was part of the Clever Brands, an investor. Hasn't she been promoting that? I mean, who knows with this woman at this point in time, guys? But let's get to the meat of the story because that's what you're here for. After the fainting spell, Netflix, and after she fired her lawyer, her long-time lawyer, she fired him. And go check my video yesterday because she fired him. She has a new law firm as of February 17th, representing her and the As Ever trademarks, whatever, that she hasn't been able to secure, in spite of the fact that the Daily Mail gives it as a given that in January 24, Meghan Markle secured that brand, that trademark. Incredible. Isn't it incredible? Yeah, I don't want to dwell into that. But I also want to touch upon a little bit about this little jewel, because there is no way that I'm not going to talk about this. This is Meghan Markle's stories. I do not follow her, as you can see. Please do not follow this woman, okay? She will never make this account private. She needs it to be public, so you don't need to follow and give her the followers. She has 284,000 followers are the ones that can be verified as real followers. The rest is just garbage or people who are bots accounts. But of course, we have to make fun of this because this is Meghan Markle saying something of a break. I can read it from work. I mean, to soak in the weekend, to soak in the weekend. We know that this woman doesn't work. We know that she works 1 hour a week at the most. So what is she talking about? So let's go along with her BS narrative. And of course, she shows Crocs because these seems to be Crocs. Please let me know if they're not, because to me they seem to be that. But she wants to be relatable. Oh, oh, look at that! A small break from, yeah, because everybody has a pond in their backyard, which I am. Oh, I still have a remaining dog that I haven't managed to kill. It's okay. There's food here. I want to know the food sometimes. Love to learn how to cook the topic. Yes, yeah, that is one place to speak. Yes, that's terrible. Let me show you here. That is terrible. What she's doing with the water. She doesn't even have money to buy a couple of like hoses, the head of the hose, because that regulates the amount of water so you don't waste water. Oh yeah, so she wants us to believe that she's the one watering that 2 acre gardens that she has, you know, with her yeah, with that hose. Yeah, right, Meghan Markle. Yeah, look, I'm watering the plants. And that I wonder which kid is that one, because that has to be Archie, because it's too big to be Lily, although we have seen Lily being featured as a 7-year-old kid, almost, if not older than Archie. So I wonder whose white hand that is, because that can't be Lily's. It's got to be a bigger kid. But people are saying that's Lily. That's impossible for her to be Lily. Look how thin that hand is. The fingers are very long. Those are not the hands of a 3-year-old kid. And the Northwestern, yes, 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 of course. And she uses the very purple one that Princess Diana also was gifted to her when she went to Northwestern University in 1996. This is why this crazy stalker wanted to go to Northwestern. She's going with those elevator sunglasses. And look at that chuckle, of that breathless laugh. Because who is with this woman? Who is she laughing with? Is she talking to a ghost? Why is she laughing? Is she talking to anybody? Or is she talking to her one of her multiple personalities? I think she's talking to one of her multiple personalities. I really do believe that. Oh yes, oh God, yes. It's the fruit. Look, I have fruit, and I am squeezing with my left hand, even though she's right-handed, my freshly cut fruit into this glass of whatever it is that has no brand because she hasn't been able to secure one, but she needs to showcase Princess Diana gold watch because that is her Princess Diana's gold watch. Okay. She needs to show people that she's squeezing that whatever the hell it was with her left arm, even though she's right-handed, into that glass. Yes. Joy. Because that's what everybody does, right? She's peeing, doesn't it? Oh God. It is. It is so cringe. It is so cringe. I mean, at this point, I think Meghan Markle is trolling us, guys. She really is. So she finally, after her fainting spell, after refusing the calls, because she fainted with her longtime lawyer present, when, she was trying to defend the indefensible after she made that 1 minute and a half video, you know, stating that she had secured a brand. And then she goes and publishes an article on People Magazine saying, because of the logo scandal, she goes and publishes through People Magazine, oh, I did that logo. I designed that logo for Harry. It's my own creation. You know what? It's just, it's so unfortunate at this point in time. It is so unfortunate. But so she faints, meeting stops because, of course, the Duchess fainted. The Duchess fainted. So she goes back with her mom this time with Doria. No lawyer needed. She brought a black person with her, or a person that looks like black, because Doria is mixed race. I did a whole video about this, about Doria's heritage, where the Raglan name comes from and where the Johnson name comes from. And please go watch it because it's fascinating. Okay, so she shows up with Doria. There's a person who was there at the meeting, a source, that claimed that they had never seen such a switch on a woman. That she went in all sweet and all frail, looking like that, googly eyed. And she hates Greg Peters, the CEO of Netflix, because he's had enough of her BS. And he just started confronting her. Like, you lied to us. We cannot distribute anything, because she went there to confront them as to why they're not promoting any of her show, or why didn't come out and gave a statement confirming that they're partnered with Rachel Meghan Markle. Why didn't back her up? And he says, what can we back up? We're not partnering with you. We're only distributing your products, and products that, by the way, you haven't even been able to manage a trademark. And even if you manage to trademark, to secure a trademark before next week, you still don't have the products, because the products have to be FDA approved if they're food. You have to have secure, you have to have made these products. So what are we going to distribute? Because that's what Netflix was going to do. They're just the distributors. And the reason why she mentioned partnering is because she knows that her brand, that her contract is up in March. So by her freshly claiming that Netflix has just asked her to partner with her, and she had to think about it, is basically she's extending that contract in the eyes of the public. So now she's putting Netflix on the spot. So Greg Peters is going, we haven't partnered with you. We have agreed. This was last year. This was last year project. This is what you were supposed to have done last year. You were supposed to have secured American Riviera Orchard. We spent money. We put our name out there. We look like fools, like idiots right now. And now you're coming here and you're blaming us and asking us why we're not promoting your brand or whatever. What brand are we going to promote? And the person there said that the switch on Meghan Markle, she thought that, I don't know, like Satan had descended in that room. She went from her like being like just to steely eye, and she just said, "You're not promoting it because you're racist, because you're promoting everybody else's products. You're standing by everybody else, but you're not standing by me because I'm black." Race car bombshell. I mean, and she has Doria by her side. And Netflix has been, and we, let's not kid ourselves, because we know that for the Harry and Meghan, whatever you want to call that nightmare, they had to fire. I mean, the production team quit and then they had to hire somebody. That's how unsufferable this woman was. And then before the show aired, the series aired, she blamed it. She said that's not that the way we wanted to do it. Always trying to already place blaming things don't work out, because they know that what they've done, and that they knew very well what they've done. So they wanted to distance themselves and blame it on the director, blame it on Netflix. We know that they blamed Oprah for that interview, because remember what they said? They said that they hadn't seen the final draft, that they saw it with everybody else. They saw it with everybody else. So they didn't know what Oprah was going to show. Oh, we don't know. That's Oprah. That's on Oprah. Lead to Live, or Live to Lead, or whatever it was, that was a production by the Mandela family, and Archwell bought it, and then they inserted Meghan and Harry, narrated it. And then again, they complained and they said, you know what, we didn't want to do it that way. We didn't want to be narrating it like that. No. That's again Netflix problem. The polo thing, what did they say? That the creative control was taken away from them, and they would have never chosen to do that. Again, blaming it on somebody else. So Netflix has made sure that this time it's an all Meghan production, that there are no ifs, ands, or buts, that there's no way that she can blame them. And the deal was, you claim that you want to have, that you are going to have this brand, that we're going to go do this cooking show because we're going to help you. You want to launch this empire of businesses, and it's going to be, beneficial for all of us included. Why not? It sounded pretty good, didn't it? It does. When you have a talented person, a competent person. Now, I don't blame Meghan Markle's lawyer, the one that she fired, and he's getting ready to sue her ass. I don't blame him, because advisors can only advise. It's up to the person to take the advice or not. But of course, nobody can advise Rachel Meghan Markle, because she's Rachel Zanes. She knows it better than anybody. She's too smart. She's too clever. And this is why thinking like Meghan Markle looks like a mess. It looks like a mess. I'm sorry, but this woman is insane. I really do think that Meghan walks talking to herself. Like it's like, oh Meghan, like when she just laughed in that clip, it's like, I mean, that was actually quite scary, because I actually looked around in that little clip. I paused it and I looked to see if there was anybody else around. There was nobody. So what happens then? Because you see, the arguments that Netflix has, they are valid. She hasn't secured a brand. She has no products. They already recorded that show. And from what I was told, she did bits of confessionals like the Kardashians when she's talking to herself about how she's going to entertain these people. All of that had to be cut out and edited out because she mentions American Riviera Orchard and how she came up with that brand, because we know that this woman needs to explain everything. That had to be scrapped. That had to be removed because, of course, there's no American Riviera Orchard. They're not going to refilm or edit confessionals of her with an as ever brand so late into now. They're about to air it now, like what, next week? They're not going to do that because she hasn't secured the brand. And anything she says now will be and disingenuous. It will be a lie. And the fact that Netflix has lent themselves into that narrative that she put out, that the reason why they're postponing the whole thing for a month and a half was because of the LA fires. Then instead of admitting we're postponing it because she hasn't secured the brand, the whole show was made around a brand that she's going to be selling, and she has none. And now this has everything. How they're afraid to showcase anything, and they pointed out, what's so funny? This is one of the sources says that they pointed out to her that there were so many negative commentaries, and only like 20,000 people liked the trailer. It's almost 200,000 people who don't like it. And you know what her answer was? Well, why did you leave the comments on? I mean, censorship at its best. So what can people say when she throws the word racism? Like it is something incredible, because I mean, just because Doria was there, it doesn't make them racist. Calling her out for her incompetence, for her lies, because she lied to Netflix. And a lot of people have said, why did Netflix check up on her? Because they wanted to make sure that there was no interference, that this was entirely her production, that she was calling all the shots, so she couldn't come back and say Netflix did this and Netflix did that, and this is why it wasn't successful. And this is why Netflix left the comments in all their platforms. For them, when they sack this woman, when they fire this woman, when they don't renew this contract with this woman, they can say, listen, this is why. You have cost us money. You haven't made us money. It's very interesting that, I mean, I knew it was a matter of time, because she didn't call Bill Simmons racist when he called them effing grifters, both of them. The R word was not used, because the R word is only used against the royal family, especially Princess Catherine, the Princess of Wales, and the King. Those are the ones that she has blamed and accused. So, I mean, do you guys think it's a valid point? I mean, everybody on that meeting, they were speechless, because Netflix makes a lot of, I mean, they just signed up, Viola Davis for like 60 million something, and they promote the shows that they know are completed and are on trend. But they can't promote her show. They cannot back her statements, because her statements are not true. And they're done with her. They're done covering up for her. But can you imagine? Do you think that throwing the R word in that meeting is going to work for her this time? Because I think they are fed up with her. And on top of that, she demanded that she doesn't want to meet with Greg Peters, the CEO of Netflix. No, she's going to meet with the board members or the chairman or Ted Sarandos from now on. And guess what? That request was also denied. So, and her show is not ready to launch by next week. This desperate attempt to change the name of the lawyers at the very, like, 1 week to go. So this lawyer has to start catching up with everything. And as I said before, she is trademarking a production company under the As Ever brand, when she already has Archbold Productions. But this one is in her name and the other one is in both their names. We know that she's been trying to separate from Prince Harry since 2022 because she submitted this since 2022. The book thing was in 2022. We know that she started that Meghan account in 2022. So I think that Harry's expiration date passed way back, but I mean, I guess he doesn't know it. Because, I mean, what else can I say? But do you think that her branding Netflix racist was a wise move? And do you think it's going to work? Because, yikes.